Hey, it's Jessie here. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you about my experience and why I hired a coach. So I'm really excited to talk about this topic, honestly, because being coached has profoundly shifted my life in so many ways. I have had the opportunity to work with a few different coaches, and each and every time, like, there's a different breakthrough or aha moment, and a lot of people, I feel like, might not necessarily know what coaches do or like why someone would hire them, and like what happens when you work with a coach. So I just wanted to make this video for those people, and to just like explain why I personally hired the coaches that I've hired and worked with the coaches that I've worked with, like in group program type things and things like that. And so yeah, I'm so excited. So, okay, awesome. So basically there are a couple of different reasons. There's so many different reasons, honestly, but there's a couple of main reasons why I hired a coach. So the first two that come to mind are definitely accountability and seeing like the bigger picture. So accountability meaning that like there are all these things, like I'm a person that loves to grow so much. This entire channel is honestly going to be focused around personal development, self-transformation, like changing your story, growing. Like I love growth. And so, yeah, so like as I like love to grow, or like because I love to grow, there's so many things that I'm always wanting to do in my life, in my business, in my health, in my like just in all areas of life basically. So something that comes along with like having all of those things is needing the accountability to like do the hard stuff. So like for example, like when I was working with a health coach, it was a lot of it was centered around exercise and just like having the accountability to get into the exercise routine each week and just like, you know, do yoga and things that I had wanted to do for myself. I knew that would be good for myself, but I wasn't holding myself accountable to do. The coach was like allowing me to be held accountable to actually get it done and just do it. And like, oh, just having someone else there that's like, all right, how'd it go? I can't wait to hear about your yoga, you know, adventure this week. You don't want to let them down. Like you invested in them to help you grow. So it's just like an opportunity to like really just jump in with someone else into your goals and work on them day or like week after week after week over a few months. All programs are like different. All coaching programs are different as far as their lengths and things like that. But the ones that I've worked with are mainly 3-month programs, 90-day programs, once a week. So in a session, oh no, let me get to number 2. So the second thing was, what was the second thing that I said? Oh yeah, so looking at the bigger picture. So a lot of the times, like, as someone who is, like, I said, like, I don't know, like, wants to grow, you know, has, like, a lot of visions and plans and ideas and things like that, like, I want to grow, I'm ready to grow. As someone that does that, like, sometimes it's hard for me to look at the big picture, and to see, like, you know, if this little thing that felt like it got in the way of a goal that I had, like, does it really matter, or is this little thing that I'm overlooking super important? And so it's just like a coach helps you look at the whole picture because they are always keeping in mind your goals that you set at the beginning of your time working with them. So they just know like, okay, you are working towards this, this, and this, so like let's stay on track with that whole picture type of deal. So in a session with a coach, basically it goes something like this. So like, and all coaches are different, so don't take this like for I don't know, just like all coaches are different. So the coaches that I've worked with, basically at the beginning we'll talk about like what's going well, things like that, like what's gonna amp me up and get me like, you know, excited for this hour-long session and conversation about growth and growing and going through challenges, because like it always makes you feel good to talk about what's going well and to talk about like what wins you had that week, or like what, like, you know, what went well basically. And then a lot of the times we'll dive into challenges that came up in the week, if not like specific exercises that they have, which are, it's just like, I love either direction really that those take. Like if it's more of an open conversation of just like, what were your challenges? All right, let's work through those. or if it is like more or less like they have a set exercise in mind for you to do that week. I love either direction. So it can go either way, but say that we were just talking about challenges. So we will just like, basically what they'll do through conversation is help me to like rewire my beliefs and up level my mindset around certain things. So I'm trying to think of like, for example, going back to exercise, like exercise has not been something that's come easily to me at all, honestly, like movement in general, like I just needed to sort of rewire that. And so to do that, we would have conversations around like, what will it feel like when you get home from your run, you know, like really tapping into like the end result and getting back into the mindset of growth around it instead of like the old habits of like not wanting to do it or like the reasons why. And it goes so much deeper than that, honestly. Like it goes into like subconscious thoughts and like reprogramming those, but for the most part it's so much about changing that path and just like making it easy for you to want to do the things that you want to do, like making you really want to do them, like with a burning passion and just ready to go. Okay, so then towards the end of a session, we'll talk about goals for the next upcoming week and what we want to accomplish or what I would want to accomplish and do, and then setting like that action step. And then the next week we'll talk about it and see how it went. So that's where the accountability piece comes in. And I'm so excited because I am a little over 2 weeks from now, I'm actually going to see like the creator of the coaching world, pretty much, who is Tony Robbins. And if you don't know who Tony Robbins is, definitely check him out. He has a Netflix documentary about one of his seminars that's just blew my mind, and that will give you a little sneak peek into what coaching is, although all coaching styles, all coaches have a different way of going about it, a different style of coaching. So I think that's all. I just wanted to, like I said, share a little bit for those of you that might not understand what coaching is, and just to document, honestly, like this profound shift that has happened in my life since working with coaches over the last year, 2 years, that I have been. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely like this video. That would be awesome. I'm so glad that you are watching. And if you are into this sort of thing, like you just want to grow, or you're like want to be inspired to grow, you're into personal development already, self-transformation, you're going through some transitions in your life, definitely subscribe to my channel, because like I said, this is going to be very centered around that, as well as lots of things that I love to do in my life, like natural lifestyle, some vlogs maybe, things like that. So yeah, definitely check that out. Like I said, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you next time. Bye! Oh, and I am vlogging my experience at Tony Robbins, so if you're interested in that, stay tuned.